So here's the manifesto. Before we go into it, we want to look at some, how bad is the UK regional economic problem? I mean, in another podcast, I highlighted this, in 2012, no UK region performed worse than a former East German state or lander for GVA per worker. We fast forward to 2020, we see 8 out of 12 UK regions, their GVA per worker is less than the lowest performing East German state or lander. So what a transition, in the past 10 years. And it shows there are serious regional economic problems in the UK. And again, if we look at the local level, GVA per head, by district and unitary authorities, we see massive variations there, from £16,000 to £40,000. The 9 million number is really the City of London, which is an outlier. And we can see the major challenges that the UK government faces in public expenditure and taxation. Total public expenditure remains high, and the tax take from the economy is at its highest level since the late 1960s. Yet, there's been a deterioration in public services. There's a £37 billion gap in public investment in infrastructure, capital and equipment. We can see this grey area here that the UK has really been running a budget deficit for many years now. Conclude by looking at some mistakes of the past 30 or 40 years in local and regional economic policy. First off, there's been no vision or objectives for the national economy or national policies in the past 15 years. National policies for the economy, transport, climate change, education, skills, science, innovation, planning, place, they don't join up. And at the local and regional level, at a place-based level, you'd need them to join up. And there's been a mistake of creating new institutions and agencies without clear objectives, without actually articulating why and what they're for. And there's been a lack of investment. There's been a lot of building up of local economic initiatives, but really the finances invested in it are tiny and would not make a difference. It's a long-term challenge. It's a 30-year project to address some of the local and regional economic disparities, to address poverty, cost of living crisis, low skills. A 3-year programming budget is insufficient. And we know local government is accountable, has good assurance of finance controls. So why does central government keep imposing new controls for each different grant fund or programme? Also, there's no capacity building. And that needs to be addressed. So I think going forward, what we need for effective levelling up or local or regional economic policy is a clear objectives over the long term, a bias towards delivery. The first 100 days of levelling up for a new government should be about delivering for the next 4 years. Significant challenges also need bold responses. We can't keep going on with we do the same, we get the same. We need to step up and improve. And we need to break out of the funding and policy regime, which is dominated by the electoral cycle. We need 30-year programs and structures, not 5-year ones. And we need to put local and regional impact appraisal at the heart of Whitehall's decision-making and policy process. Many decisions are made without any analysis of the local and regional implications. And it's obvious that devolution provides an opportunity to address levelling up and local and regional economic disparities. Why not have a menu of policies, powers, tools, and resources instead of these piecemeal deals that are organised for each geography? Makes no sense. Finally, invest in and develop the community of practice and encourage policy experimentation.